Ketem getting hit with the fear immediately by Tricks as he goes in for a stun, summons up all the demons. Big Obelisk down, and Ketem has got a pin in the corner. He does go in for a Shadow Meld. Wait, how's this working out? I guess Tricks can't really find you, can he? He just sits in the corner and Tricks thought that maybe he repositioned, maybe off of camera, but no, he's still just chilling there. Gonna be explosive onto Tricks with a rapid fire. Looks like it's chaining to a random imp somewhere out in the open. Tricks does jump down. That is gonna be a sentinel. He can't really hide behind that pillar. Trying to see if he can find himself a better spot. Doesn't get jump for Ketem. Just trying to see if he can chase after Tricks with a quick interrupt. Just getting back-to-back aim shots, rapid fires over and over. That's gonna be Tyrant to join, but kill shot. Oh, just had to commit the damage at some point. And Ketem does end up sniping out the Warlock. Well done. Shadow Crash right around the corner. Does connect on the pet as well as in Ketem. Early stun by Ketem. Trying to see if he can play around the pillar over onto his side of the bridge. This is where Whisper is going to go for a quick route onto the pet. Ketem still has dots rolling on him. Got to be playing very, very carefully. As a hunter, you are kind of squishy. Does have acceleration, so he's looking for, looks like for a reset, just trapping down Whisper. Can't really do much about it. And this is where Ketem, I think, just trying to see if he can wait out the dots. Cam to follow. As long as his pet doesn't have dots, it looks like the man should be able to get himself a reset and a little bit of that recovery. What did I just do? Hunter's good though? Tricks, I have no idea, man. The guy just charged at you, he shadow melded, and then he just like blasted you out with full burst. Hunters have a lot of damage, man. I feel like a lot of people don't expect it. Either Whisper doesn't expect it either. That is a big death shotgun with explosives back-to-back, rapid fire, fear onto Ketem. The pet does not get hit with the fear, but it's going to be full burst out of Whisper, stun onto Ketem to follow, Void Torrent right after, and that's going to be a turtle shell for Ketem, just charging out all those Void bolts to follow Whisper, trying to see if he can hit out these traps, but looks like a freezing trap does end up catching him either way. They're looking for the recovery. The PI does not get a value when it comes to damage versus Ketem, as he does go behind the pillar. Looking for more rapid fires. Shadow Crash, I believe, does not connect there. Picking up the eyes is going to be aim shots for Ketem. With a death shotgun, Whisper with fade. It looks like maybe just trying to see if he can charge out over at Ketem. May not be in a great spot. Rapid fire is doing a lot of damage. Kill shots to follow. Whisper may be in a bad spot. Scatter. I think kill shot may just be it, right? Maybe explosive aim shot. I think it's just over. Oh no, the aim shots, man. Nina gonna be up next. Last time Nina played for Ketem, they did get outranged and out-kited, and that's gonna be exactly what Ketem is gonna start off the bat. Hand or freedom to hopefully close the gap. The more stuns you can get onto Ketem, the better. Stun early onto Nina, and this allows Ketem to create some space between the two. Nina charging out, still stun. Hodge wings available. That's going to be freezing trap as they try to go for burst. It's going to force a trinket out of the paladin, knocking him back, playing around the bridge. Arena actually does give him a little bit of that advantage with the knockback capabilities. Aim shot to follow, quite a bit of damage. Nina knows they can't even really hide behind the pillar, but a full slow into a silence chakram. That's going to be a lot of damage right now. And Ketem, if he has some big hits right now, maybe big rapid fire, I mean, he'll be in the golden spot. Aim shot is going to do quite a bit of damage. Nina try to see if he can hide it, use the line of sight as best as possible. Ketem does have the high ground. Can't stop this one at all. Nina has to charge out forward. Looking maybe for a Hodge right now. Scatter before Nina can really close that gap. Could be a bunch of traps waiting for you. Wait, Blessing of Protection does remove it immediately with a trank shot. Aim shot right after the silence to follow. Kill shot of the ready. Nina can't even stun. Oh my goodness. And Ketem does take 3 in a row with Griff going to be up next. As a sub rogue, you're just going to be a little bit careful, trying to see if you can Phantom Knives to get you out in the open. Trick it immediately for Ketem. Grifka is going to take advantage of this one, trying to see if he can go for most amount of damage. What an eviscerate, man. Eviscerate him from like an arm's reach, honestly. That was actually kind of nutty. Jayhawk going to be up next, trying to see if he can get himself an angle onto this rogue. The question is now, is Jayhawk, is he lagging? If he's not, he actually might stand a chance to go, because last game, it was pretty bad lag. There's just nothing he could do. And second, if he switched out to Nether Tempest, then at least he'll have a dot that should keep the rogue out of stealth, as long as you remember to reapply it whenever the rogue is trying to see if he can get away from you. All the time immediately, Jay hits him with a breath, trying to go for a poly in the opener. Grifka no longer has a trinket, so that actually could be kind of good for Jayhawk. The Cloak of Shadows and Vanishes are still going to be kind of brutal to get through. Grifka does run through the fire, but a blind looks like he's going to be able to guarantee himself a reset versus Jayhawk quite easily. That is the touch of the magic, but the looks of it on you, right? Is it? No, it's not. What is it? Is that Tempest or was that someone else? He was some kind of like arcane thing around him. I couldn't really tell. Going to be a knockback by the mage, but Grifka is not going to be... I think Jayhawk is lagging maybe a little bit there. With the way his ice block kind of slid, unless he's doing just a cha-cha slide, I think he may be a little bit indisposed for this duel, but we'll just have to wait and see, boys. There is quite a bit of burst, but does have a Cloak of Shadows. Double advantage available for the Rogue. There goes the first one. Does he get back in there? He does get back in there with a Shadow Strike immediately. I think at this point he might have himself full cold blood. Jayhawk, oh, just absolutely eviscerated on the arena floor. Body parts flying in every direction. My goodness, there's just not much you can really do. And Holy Sai is going to be up next. And Holy Sai actually gets himself a small advantage. He got himself a little bit of shield from Jay. Jay wasn't trying to give the team a shield. He was trying to give himself a shield. But the AoE group shield. Not much I could really do with that one, yeah. Holy Sai does have the eyes. He could pick him up. I think he was really just trying to see if he could bait the Rogue next to him. Then maybe he could bubble, pick up the eyes, chase after him, and blast him out of the game. But we'll see. Cheap shot onto Holy. Does himself a wall. Is just trying to see if he can anticipate some of the bursts from Grifka. Did not see a secret technique or cold blood out of him. So that wall, he's not going to have it for the big burst now. So he's definitely going to have an immunity for the actual big go. Grifka with a gouge to follow. Got himself a reset, man. He loves the cheap shot gouges, man. He loves the cheap shot gouge or run behind the pillar. And I feel like every arena has like enough of a position where you can do that. Unless like one of the big sprawling ones, like a 12 on might be a little bit more difficult. Gotta be a, actually no. The pillars there are even bigger. Shield of Vengeance breaks immediately. 52% dampening, not doing Holy Saya any favors. Land hands keeping him alive. Just a little bit longer evasion for Grifka. As the Blades of Justice do come back to back. Blasting through him. Grifka goes in for Shadow Blades. Shadow Strike out to Holy Saya. Gouge to follow. As it is going to be a Blessing of Sanct. Actually stunned super short, but may not be enough for Holy Saya. Does he have anything for this one? Try to go for a heal last second. But a secret technique just rips right through him either way though. Not much you can really do in that kind of a situation. Is it going to be a plush? Sneaks up next. Trying to see if it can have his go versus Grifka. Eyes are available on both ends, so you could pick up either one of them. Holy Saya never get to pick up that one eye by his side of the arena. So Sneaks could pick up the eyes, but then you're kind of exposing where you are versus Grifka. Unless you pick up the eyes and vanish. And then you get to get yourself an opener. On the other Rogue, all he can do is really take it. It's going to be no trick for Grifka either. So if you have Vanish, and if you pick up Eyes, and you know when you're Grifka, you pick up Eyes, Vanish as soon as you pick them up. He puts you into Stealth. You have Sight of Stealthies. And you should be pretty good. Trinket out of Sneaks. Blind into Grifka. Into a Disarm. Doesn't really go for a Sap or anything. Blind for Grifka, though, does avoid the secret technique immediately. And Sneaks going in for Smoke Bomb. Vanish to follow. Grifka catches a reset with Cold Blood. Fan of Knives does get Sneaks. Gouge to follow. Wait, did that gouge crit? Your Cold Blood disappeared when you gouged him. Did that gouge just crit? For 2 damage? Or does it not even do damage? It used to do damage way back in the day. Gonna be a fade for Sneaks, but honestly, Grifka got himself a go. Blind into Sneaks. The man got evasion, but unless he can get himself a clean reset with a cloak or something, there isn't much you can really do. Eyes are available, so honestly, picking those up may not be a bad idea, especially if you can find Grifka early. Because the man knows where you are. He left you bleeding out in the arena floor. He can just wait up until the bleed is about over and then get himself a proper opener. Without a trinket, Sneaks is really just living by the prayer of the cheat death. Picking up Eyes. Does see Grifka? He's right next to you, Sam. Oh, man. If you're careful on a draw, you should see a Rogue just sneakily approaching you. Cheat death? Maybe enough for Sneaks? Maybe? Barely alive. Oh, no. I was thinking for a second, maybe. I thought for a second, maybe. This is going to be a gouge out of Grifka. Trinket available. Does have a gouge back onto Plush. He's going to trinket out of this one. Vanish out of Grifka. Plush going for a vanish as well. Does step to him either way. The fan. Cheap shot onto Grifka. This is going to be super DR. Cloaker shot is for Plush. Just trying to see if he can use defenses to avoid Grifka a little bit. But nags go by Grifka could be huge. Plush is going for a death mark, but I think Grifka entirely avoids it with an evasion. There isn't much you can really do about it. Big secret technique onto Plush. Double cheap shot. Triple cheap shot. Into a vanish to follow. Plush could pick up the eyes. But at this point, I think it's just really, it's going to be a bit of a rough spot. Stunned Grifka finally gets hold of the dots, but without a death mark, you're in a bad spot, man. Blind to follow by the Rogue. Grifka could get hit by blind as well. Plus does have a blind of his own, but a gouge is going to make sure it is a tight CC. I think it's over for him. Yeah, well done, well done. My goodness, 5 for Grifka apparently, but 3 for Kedem. Well, there it is, boys. There it is. There can only be 1 Grifka. Yeah, exactly.